I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about I'm scared if I move on, I won't want them back.
Well, yeah, that sentence makes sense altogether. If I move on, I will not want them back.
It's an interesting thing that I have heard quite often recently.
And I just heard it today.
And so we thought it would be a good topic for a video where things are progressing for you, you're starting to heal, you're starting to feel a little bit better, and then you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe I don't want them back.
That's right.
And then
that's just where my person was.
And then you start to wonder, well, what happens if I move on? And then I don't want them back anymore. It's a scary thought.
Yes, it is.
We're going to talk about that in a minute,
Right.
but I had a really nice email that I wanted to get to first.
Okay.
That I thought you guys would appreciate. They said, "Hi, Coach Craig. I've been meaning to send you a follow-up email to our Skype a couple of weeks ago. I have to tell you that after I got off the Skype with you, I was on cloud 9.
Oh.
I felt so much relief from our discussion, and I can't thank you enough.
How nice to say it.
You confirmed a lot of my feelings and brought some new issues to light that I hadn't really given much thought to or I had minimized.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that he wasn't the person I thought or hoped he was. He was deceptive and lied to me many times about his ex and gave me a BS reason for the breakup. I was hoping to start a family with this man, and as it turns out, I was selling myself short and giving more than I was receiving.
Good for her.
His drug use took precedence over our relationship and our future. I naively thought he would change because he genuinely loved me, my daughter, and the idea of our future together.
Oh, okay.
I finally feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders, and I see that I wouldn't have been happy in the long run with him. Having my daughter really makes things a lot different in that I have another person's future to consider. Thanks again for your insight. I also forgot to mention that before the Skype, I watched all your videos numerous times. All 600 and whatever. I don't even know anymore.
God love her. Should we send her a certificate of some sort?
I guess so. Of tolerance of bad jokes.
Yeah, really.
I started therapy once a week, picked up some old hobbies, and quit social media. Please feel free to share my story, as I think it can help many single anxious mothers out there.
And congratulations to her for all the work she has done. And it points up the difficulties with addiction. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll stop using, drinking, whatever it is you want me to do. Except that usually without intervention and a serious commitment, the person can't do it. And for the person who has hoped that love will be enough, it's always a terrible disappointment.
And I think part of the reason I chose this email is it's kind of going along with what I'm saying.
Yes.
Where you're scared that you won't want them anymore. But as you can see,
Right.
It's not so scary if it happens.
It's not so scary. And she was able to make a grown-up decision and do what she needed to do. Good for her.
You know, one of the things that I think you guys are going to start to feel is really this anxiety over, if I let go of this feeling I'm having, I have to let go of them.
That's right. It's really, yes, and if you're not the one who did the breaking up, then the decision really has come to you now. Your partner made the decision before, for whatever reason, saying, I don't want to be with you anymore. But when it comes down to this point of do I want them back or not, then the ball's in your court, and it's your grown-up decision to make.
Absolutely. So, at this point where you're at, the idea of not wanting to be with that person anymore is scary.
Yeah.
Because then it feels like you're letting them go.
Right.
And you don't want to do that. You're clinging, you're hoping, you're desperately wanting to save this. And that's understandable.
But you've also begun to move on, and there's the rub, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're feeling better. And I think one of the important things to do at that point is to remember that no one's going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're a grown-up and you make your own decision. And as unthinkable as it might have been, you could possibly say to your ex, nice to see you, but I have moved on.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
Yeah, because at this point, you're really wanting to repair things.
Right.
And even letting go of the idea of really wanting to repair things is scary.
Right. You've had this person for a long time, and even after they disappeared, they've still been there sort of with you.
On some level, it must feel like you're now in their position.
Right.
Where you were able to walk away. And at this point, you're not understanding how they could do that. So now to get to that place, it's like, well, I would be like they are right now.
Yeah. And would I be being disloyal? Well, no. You didn't do the breakup in the first place. They did.
In most cases, yeah.
Yes. You didn't sign on to wait 30, 60, or 90 days.
Exactly.
Right.
So it is a scary position to be in.
Yes, it is.
To think about. But as you can see with this first email, when it happened, it was a relief.
Right.
It wasn't scary. If it happens, it's not scary.
No.
Is the point. Because if you listen to what she said, I'll review it. She said, I was on cloud 9 after the Skype with me.
She was so relieved.
I felt so much relief, and I can't thank you enough. You confirmed a lot of my feelings and brought some new issues to light. There were other things that she had minimized. He wasn't the person that she had hoped he would be. And he was deceptive. He was lying about his ex. There was a lot of things going on, as it turned out. And she was selling herself short by staying with him.
Yes.
And now it's not scary. It's empowering.
Right, because you had no power over that first decision. If he made it unilaterally and said, I'm leaving you, you're kind of helpless in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But now the power has come back to you. And you're not being disloyal if you say no. You're making a decision just the same way they did.
And the great thing is that if you have been really working on yourself and making all of those changes and really committed to the personal growth and healing your attachment issues, learning to communicate better, learning what's attractive in relationships, all the things to be an attentive partner, all the things to become more secure, if you're in her position now, how well do you think she's going to do dating new people? She's going to be weeding out the people that aren't good for her left and right, and she's going to be attracting the people that will be amazing for her.
Right. Yes, exactly. But it's not easy to do.
So, the idea of getting to this place is scary, but when it happens, you could see it just kind of happens. And it was like a relief, cloud 9 for her. Just an example that I thought would be helpful for you guys to see.
It is helpful.
Yeah. So, yes, there might be a point where your feelings change about your ex, and at that point, you get to make a decision.
Yes, it's your decision now.
Do you want to work it out? Do you want to stay with this new person? It'll be up to you. Or do you want to stay single?
That's another option.
Exactly. So, I know it could be scary and overwhelming, but it's not as bad as it seems when it actually does happen.
Right.
So hopefully this helped you feel a little bit better and give you a little bit more understanding and insight what it would be like in that situation.
Yes, and remember, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do.
Exactly. So of course, if you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
If you want to sign up with me, I'd love to talk with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.